Hi all, Jade here. I'm not sure who this message is for, but I just wanted to share in case that person needed it. Recently, I went and I bought a new coat since it's gotten kind of cold outside. And when I went to go grab for my regular size, I realized the coat was swimming on me. So then I grabbed a size lower and I realized that coat was still too big. And so then I grabbed another size lower and that one fit right. And that one was no longer in plus size, that one was in regular size. And for the last few years, I've been on a weight loss journey. I had my thyroid removed, and as many of you who struggle with hypothyroidism know, it's a struggle to lose weight. Your body does not tend to want to let fat go, and your hormones are being artificially altered or controlled. So as I'm having this moment, I go home and I just want to see what's going on, and I measure my waist and I realize that I've dropped about 12 inches. And I've kind of noticed my clothes have been swimming on me, but I hadn't really been paying attention because I've been so busy on focusing on other things going on in my life. And what I realized was over this time, my weight loss journey and my faith journey have been a lot alike, where there were times in both where I'm doing everything right. I'm listening to what my trainers are saying, to what my nutritionists are saying, but I'm not seeing results. Nothing seems to be changing. I seem to be going in circles. I'm getting frustrated. The same thing was happening during my faith journey. I'm doing what my spiritual leaders are saying. I'm spending time in the Word. I'm praise and worshiping. I'm spending so much time in prayer. I'm growing closer and closer to God. And though I can feel changes on both sides, I feel healthier physically on one side. I feel spiritually stronger on the other side. Outwardly, I'm not seeing anything. And that can be such a frustrating and discouraging place to be. But one thing that kind of what I just realized with the coat situation, though, is when you just hang in there and you push through those storms and you push through those emotions and you lean on your support groups that God places in your life and you listen to those who've already been on the journey and were successful in the journey, and you take the gems of wisdom that they give to you. And when you stay faithful, at some point that breakthrough does happen. And you don't even realize it a lot of times when it happens because you were so focused on doing the right things. You were focused on serving your ministry. You were focused on being there for your own support group or the people He put in your life. You were so focused on just continuing to eat healthy. It just became a natural part of your life. Working out just became a natural part of your life. You didn't even really see the seeds you were sowing anymore because the sowing just became so normal. And so when the breakthrough moments happen, it's kind of just like, oh wow, like I kind of lost track. And I just love how faithful God is, when I realized that there was times that I lost track of the things I was asking for and the things that I was praying for, even in my health. And when they happened, it was kind of just like, oh, wow, just like an afterthought moment, just an after praise and just wondrous moment. And so for those of you who are just struggling, just stay focused, just keep pushing through, just keep being faithful. Because at some point that breakthrough is going to happen. And when it does, you're probably not even going to be looking for it. You're probably kind of forgotten about it. You're probably so caught up and just doing all the things that you've been doing that when it just happens, it's just like, wow. And you're already on to kind of focusing on bigger and better. Like you're growing on bigger and better. You're just kind of like, wow, okay, that one was accomplished. Where can we go? How can we grow? How can we be a bigger blessing? How can we get healthier? How can we get stronger? And not just in our physical body, but also in our spiritual strength, in our spiritual life. Another thing that I constantly was thinking about when the spiritual journey would get heavy is weightlifting. When I first started weightlifting with a trainer, I hated it. It's just so hard. It is so stressful and it leaves you so sore. And there would be times that when my trainer would be like, this is the weight we're lifting. And I'd be like, girl, you're crazy. Like, that is too heavy for me. I can't do that. Like, it ain't happening. And at first it would be a struggle. Maybe even for like the first week, that weight would be a struggle. And then at some point it would get to that point. Like if I'm bench pressing or something, that initial 75 pounds that was killing me is like, what is this? Like, I'm just pushing it easy. Sometimes I would still kind of fake it. Like I was still struggling, because if she realized that it was too easy, then she would be like, oh, it's time to up your weight. And I might not be in the mood that day to up my weight. It was just a blessing and a miracle that I showed up today. Okay. But, anyway, it would be time to up the weight. And in the same way, in the spiritual sense, is the enemy throws things at us. And there's times when you're going through tests and trials that God will let the enemy throw things at you, because he's trying to build your muscle and he's trying to build your spiritual strength. And so in one season, what is crushing you and what is so hard and what you just don't think you can get through, in another season, you just throwing that weight around. You just like, this the best you got? Like, is this the best you can throw at me today, enemy? Because it's like, we've been here, we done this. Like, this is lightweight. And it's so crazy when I'm looking past on my spiritual journey on things that at one season, even this time last year, that were crushing me, that were making me think I wasn't going to make it through. But this year, it's nothing. This year, it's like, and it's not nothing because it's not still heavy. It's not nothing because it doesn't still hurt. It's not like nothing because it's not still isolating sometimes, because there's people in your family that are still not on that same spiritual journey and have that same relationship with God that you have. Why it's lightweight is because God came through so many times before, when I didn't know how he was going to come through, when I didn't see how he was going to make a way, when all of the praying and the reading almost seemed like it was in vain, because nothing was changing and things almost seemed to be getting worse instead of better. And then God just showed up on time. I love that song, On Time God. If you haven't heard it, check it out. I was at Women Involved, and that's where it first released, and the song is so right. It's like he's on time. He loves doing the impossible. He loves doing miracles. And he has just come through so many times, time and time and time and time again, that when these things come now, yes, they're still heavy. Yes, I still have my emotions and my moments where I have to get myself together and be like, hey, if you're worried about it, we're going to pray about it and we're going to trust God, because the same God who came through before, he is going to come through this time. And so the enemy sometimes just wants to shake you. He wants to make you doubt. He wants to make you to turn away. He wants you to make you lean on your own understanding and do your own thing. And the same thing can happen in a weight loss journey, where it's just like, you're tired, your emotions, you're like, I might as well just go eat whatever I want because this thing ain't working. And if you can block out those noises, if you can stay faithful and you can stay consistent, you will see your breakthrough. And life just becomes so much easier. Your faith journey becomes easier. Health journey becomes easier, because you're just disciplined and you can just work through it. And also you have stories and testimonies that when things get bigger, when things get harder, where there's new plateau seasons in both your weight loss and both your faith, you can look at past journals, past experiences that you yourself have experienced. And you can encourage yourself, like, we've been here before. We've done this before. We've been through this before. And the same way we were victorious in those past seasons, we will be victorious in this season. So I just want to encourage everybody who this is for. I just want to tell you to keep going. I just want to tell you that breakthrough is around the corner, and you're growing. Like, you're growing into the person that God has always called you to be. And growth spurts are painful. Growth spurts are not easy, but they're always, always, always worth it. So I pray that you guys continue in your journey. I pray this blesses you, and I pray you all have a great day.